Okay, here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to
I thought y'all knew.
I am your host, Tyrone Bridges. Let's get it.
Check one, check two. I'm pretty sure everybody can hear me because my volumes is there. Chimed in. We linked all the way in. All right. Check one, check two. Hey, everybody. This is Tyrone Bridges. I'm the host of I Thought You Knew. And we have a very special guest today. One of my friends that I didn't build a relationship with over the years, many, over at least a year and over the months. We just gonna get straight in. Y'all understand the title. The title is Clear the Air. So without further ado, I'm gonna turn it over to Bill and let Bill go ahead and let y'all know what's on his mind, what's been going on, and why are we here today.
Thanks, Ty. So basically, I reached out to you and I want to do a weekly show with you. We were talking about all these issues going on in Washtenaw County. And I know people have a lot of questions about a lot of cases I'm involved in. And we talked about how I could talk about some things, can't talk about other things. Based on your reputation, everything, you could just cut through the bullshit and say whatever's on your mind.
Right.
I got to watch the ethics board a little bit, but I know there's times I just let it rip. So basically, it's a lot going on in Washtenaw County right now. And Shiawassee County, I'm doing my own radio show there. And I always want to hook up with you. I know there's been some drama along the way that I didn't know about till we sat down and talked the other day.
Right.
But here we are. So based on your reputation and the way you always keep it real, I figured you and I'd be a good fit. So I'm ready to answer any and all questions and just talk about what's going on in Washtenaw.
Yeah, well, let's get it, man. Well, definitely, man. I appreciate the intro and everything that you said from the intro. The certain things that you can't talk about, of course. Some things may have ruffled your feathers, of course. Things that ruffle my feathers. I don't want to revisit some things, but if I have to, so be it, man. Like it says, it's all let's clear the air. And I know that some things that we talked about kind of like, made me feel uncomfortable as well. So
Sure.
However you want to set it off, I'll go as where you lead us to, man. Let's get it. Let's let the viewers hear.
I think it all started with the Grady L case, right?
Exactly.
When Shatina was basically almost murdered by a Washtenaw County sheriff's officer.
That's right.
And I took that case pro bono. And I care about Shatina and Dan a great deal.
I'm sorry for interrupting you. Let's break down for the listeners the word pro bono. Maybe they need to hear what pro bono means.
Pro bono means the lawyer is working for no fee. When I saw what happened to Tina, I went down to the jail. I introduced myself. I talked to Matt Grady, who's their brother. I consider them like family. I took the case pro bono because I thought it was bullshit that a woman who was beat was going to be charged with a crime.
Right.
I stand by that position.
All right.
We're still in the middle of preliminary examinations. I think day one went really well. There's a lot of hostility about this. We couldn't understand why the Attorney General, almost a year after the fact, brought charges against Tina and Dan. It's kind of weird that a woman almost gets killed. A black woman almost gets killed by a white cop.
On video.
Black man gets tased, and they're charged with felonies for resisting an obstruction. It's kind of It's bizarre. And, I certainly have reached out to all the powers that be in Washtenaw to try to do a peacekeeping corps, and nobody seems to care about that.
Nobody
So-
seems to care about it.
No, it's really bizarre how we were so energized last summer when we saw on video that Shatina was almost killed the same day that George Floyd got killed.
That's right. Yeah.
And now it seems like it's almost an irrelevant issue. I know my integrity has been questioned on this case.
How is that? And you doing it for no money? How is that?
What was I called? A white savior for jumping in on the case.
Who called you white savior, if you don't mind me asking?
That would be Trisha Duckworth.
What?
Yeah, Trisha Duckworth called me a white savior.
Trisha Duckworth called you a white savior. And
Yeah, it was
you're-
actually, yeah. We
Go
had a
ahead.
Zoom call one night, and Trisha wanted an update on the Grady L case.
Mhm.
And I said, do you want to come to the office? I'd buy everybody dinner. Let's meet and talk about things. She was a big community activist. She said, no, let's do it on Zoom. Up to that point, Trisha and I thought she was like a sister to me. I really cared for Trisha. I did work on the Grady L case in Wayne County free of charge,
Mhm.
which was another bullshit thing. I certainly marched with Survivors Speak, which is Trisha's organization. I often donated money. In fact, I even offered to pay for Trisha's LSAT course because I thought she'd be a good lawyer. Offered her a job at my office with a weekly stipend. And then out of nowhere, one day, she says I was a white savior. She said that I took credit about a protest with John Vella. She claimed that people gave her information about that. She said I offered to charge a Black woman $100,000 for an appeal, which we have no record of that. That sounded insane. And
Wow.
what else was it? I used her name to try to get a job at the prosecutor's office.
Which prosecutor?
Washtenaw County.
What?
So here's what happened with that. I'll address that issue. In Washtenaw, I had considered applying for the prosecutor's office, and it's not me. I'm not a prosecutor, but I thought maybe I can make a change on the other
Right.
side of the V.
Right.
But I mean, I'm a defense lawyer to the end. It wasn't a good fit. But in the application, they said name some community activist or people you respect in the community.
Mm.
So I put Trisha's name down, and then she flipped out at me saying I used her name without permission.
And this is the person that you've backed.
I thought we were cool.
Okay.
I was kind of thrown off by all this. She said that there was a Black female that I demanded $100,000 for an appeal to. And I looked up, there was no record of this woman ever coming to our office. So I said to her, maybe it was another firm. I said, maybe they called Grable and Associates, but Grable and Associates, who's another firm I'm affiliated with,
Mhm.
they wouldn't have charged $100,000 for that appeal. And she goes, well, if you're affiliated with them, you're responsible for it. Like, okay, wait a minute. I didn't know where all this was coming from. So I was called a white savior, and I'm a white privilege is what I have.
So let's let the listeners understand what's really going on here, because I'm a
Sure.
little bamboozled right now because of that. And this is somebody who you've supported, stood by with your dollars, stood by with your legal advice.
Up until that night, I thought Trisha and I were pretty close. I always supported her financially. I always showed up at her events. I thought she would be a lawyer at our firm one day. I didn't know what brought all this on. And she allegedly had emails I sent to John Vella. And I said to her, wait a minute, that's not correct. And I showed her the entire email thread because things were taken out of context.
Mhm.
And she said to me, I made those emails up. And she kicked me out of the chat when I was trying to defend myself. So I didn't, there's obviously some hard feelings there. I don't think she wants me on the Grady L case, which is fine. I'm not doing the Grady L case for money. I'm doing the Grady L case because I believe the Grady L's were fucked over. Okay. I
Right.
believe that some things were bigger than money. And yeah, I make a lot of money. I have some big profile cases. I was accused of taking that case for publicity. I didn't even know there would be publicity, Ty, when the case took off. I just saw a woman almost being beat to death.
On the same video I see.
And I thought, how could this woman be charged if she's being beaten to death? You know, I don't understand. On that Zoom call, Pastor Michael Robinson was on the call.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm told that he did not want the Grady L's with me. And I emailed him directly and I said, hey, we should talk. He wouldn't answer my email.
No email answer.
I have the email saved. And I mean, to be real, I don't think Pastor Robinson ever liked me at the protests. He used to make fun of my walk and say how I had a broken walk from New Jersey and stuff. Like, they just wasn't a fan of mine.
A pastor.
Yeah, he wasn't a fan of mine. So, I mean, you know, I will say this, though, at the end of the day, whenever a politician or something needs money, they certainly don't mind contacting me.
Right.
But I was kind of thrown off by the whole thing because I feel Trichet, Nate Frazier, who I have no problem with, yourself, Shannon, who I don't really know, but I feel everybody should have a united front on this issue. No matter where we stand politically, this was an issue that should have energized us all together.
Should have.
That's what I felt.
It should have.
You know, and I do feel me being white has played a role in this. And I believe that maybe Trichet and Pastor Robinson want a black lawyer on the case. That's what I've been told. They didn't tell me that personally, but here's my thing. Trovius is on Dan's case. And if there's a black lawyer that wants to step the fuck up, I will work with them and be their second chair. This is not about me, Ty.
Right.
This is about making sure that an innocent black woman who was almost fucking killed does not go to jail or prison.
Right.
There should not be division here. And, you know, I mean, there's a lot that goes into the whole John Vella thing, and there's some things I can't get into on air right now.
I understand. And the listeners should understand definitely too, but this is the betrayal of your friend, somebody who stood by you. I wouldn't care if you was orange. It didn't matter what color you was. You stood by them, and for them to turn on you like some rabid dogs is, to me, that's some fuckery. And you know my language. I'll tell it up front. That's some real fuckery right there.
Before we got to this point, I did say to Trichet, let's talk one-on-one, and she refused. I also said the same thing to Pastor Robinson. I'll say this to them right now. If they're out there, any of their friends are out there, if they want to come on air with us and hash it out, I'm all for it.
That would be a wonderful thing, because I would love to have Lee Tucson involved in this conversation, because she said some foul shit to my cousin, Lee Tucson. Said that he was a detriment to the community. Whatever she said to him was below disrespect, because everybody know Lee Tucson, my cousin. Everybody know it.
Well-known figure in Washtenaw County.
And for her to step in within the last few years, and we've been here since 1993 or beyond 1993 kicking ass, for her to come in and say some shit like that, and the public needs to know.
Yeah. Well, I'll say this to Trichet, because I know she blocked me on Facebook, kicked me out of the chat and all that stuff. And I know, I'm sure her friends who don't like me stalk the profile. I have a public profile, nothing to hide. I thought we were cool. And to me, even if you have a personal problem with me for whatever reason, we should be working together for this cause. Exactly. This cause did not end because time has passed. It did not end because it's not election season anymore. The reality is, Shatina and Dan are still facing bullshit charges. They were beaten. They were brutalized. They were emotionally hurt. And to be facing potential prison time when they're the victims, I think we should all be working together. When I say all of us, I mean the sheriff's department, I mean the prosecutor's office, the AG, community activists, and the lawyers should all get together and say, let's right this wrong.
And they should, you know what, and publicly, they should be grateful to do something like that. But you got some butt cheek tight ass people up in there that's been doing shit their way, but they don't understand that there's other forces in this world. God has the last say so in this whole matter. And I do believe if we get things together and get some of these people that's running organizations and running cliques, that's what they is, you get that shit in check, I think we could stand together as one unified force and make a difference.
Well, we need to stand together in Washtenaw County. You told me some things yesterday I didn't even know about. I didn't know about all the homicides going on in Ypsi right now.
Man, it's homicide king up in Ypsilanti, man. It's like OK Corral up in that mug. And then the prosecutor, Ellie Savage, he feeling all comfortable in his shoes, and Victoria, they all comfortable in their shoes. They need to stop worrying about my ass and try to figure out a way to work with me and the damn community to clean this damn bitch up. That's what I don't understand. They sitting up there spending time worried about who I'm allying with, because obviously, if somebody allying with me, they must have some what do you call it, bullshit senses, and understand that I'm for that straightforward shit. I'm not for that backdoor shit. I want my community cleaned up. And I think all these mouthpieces that's been out here on Facebook ain't talked about a goddamn thing when it comes to cleaning up Ypsi. Washtenaw County, they dibbling, dabbling in any shooting here, shooting there just to get a little few minutes of fame on the internet. That shit don't matter. At the end of the day, you still got babies dodging bullets, babies getting hit by bullets, and ain't nobody out here. Survivor Speak should be all on front page out here. Are you afraid of bullets?
Well, I'll say this. Under Brian Mackey, we had a regime that clearly, there's a problem when 12% of the Washtenaw community is Black and 81% are being prosecuted. That's the level of prosecuted. There's a problem there.
Yeah.
And I hope Eli and Victoria make some changes. But what I'll say this right now, and you said something yesterday when we met, was really powerful. It's going to take somebody in Dexter or Ann Arbor to get shot.
Let me clearly, plainly, bluntly speak what I said.
Yeah, please.
I'm going to say to the public, in order for Washtenaw County and your elected officials, coward asses, to do something about what's going on in this doggone Washtenaw County up under this prosecutor, Ellie Savage policy, giving out PR bonds like Tic Tacs. So what's happening, it's going to happen in Dexter. It's going to happen in Saline. One of the white kids going to have to get shot. It's going to be a serious situation then. Because then your butt cheeks going to tighten up and you're going to say, wait a minute, let me stop handing out these PR bonds. Let me stop trying to overturn people's criminal convictions and allow it, instead of allowing them to get caught up in the federal system. I don't understand. The voters, if y'all are so happy right now in Washtenaw County with all these damn shootings that ain't been reported, these doggone barricaded gunmen that ain't being charged, all this stuff that's going on, this is the OK Corral full of fuckery. Rape cases, you got rape cases going along, and all these conspirators. I wish we could put all these conspirators out here in Front Street, all these doggone elected officials, all these doggone people that's in the sheriff department, dirty ass motherfuckers. I don't understand that. And I say it to your face, because if your mama was real about that shit, she'd slap the shit out you, because that's some foul ass shit. Y'all up here raping, allowing rapists to get up in the sheriff department? What the fuck?
Let me say this when it comes to, and I know you're going with the EMU cases right now.
Yeah, EMU cases, man. I went to school up there. I'm ashamed to wear EMU shirt.
Well, I have 2 of those EMU cases, and I feel the 2 cases I feel they're innocent kids. And I will say this. It's very funny how the press coverage, number one, when a white kid at EMU is charged versus a minority kid is charged. When a minority kid is charged, you see the media come out in droves. When it's a white kid, nobody seems to know about it.
Well, that's why I'm glad you brought me aboard, because we're going to change this shit. We're going to change this shit. If some of the judges can forgive me for my foul language because of the fuckery that we watching and we the public looking at this shit. I've been throwing shit at my computer screen. I damn near wanted to crack it one day when I seen one of them cases, like how it went. I don't get it. Yeah. We already know that Black folks get charged at a higher rate in Washtenaw County, way before Ellie came in and Victoria came in, way before them, and they still getting charged at a higher rate. But the playing field is uneven, and the public ain't hearing the stories that need to be heard because our media sources have been choked. MLive, you got to pay for subscription just to hear some of the selective stories. But when you come on, I Thought You Knew, and you come on some honest shows, you got people sitting up there talking, hey, great show, great show. And then you got some haters in the background that ain't gonna throw rice at a wedding if they was getting motherfucking married. Need to shut the fuck up. Because honestly, once when that penitentiary door is open for you, you already know you're gonna be checkmated. So all this old Ipsy, you proud of Ipsy and stuff. If y'all really proud of Ipsy, let's clean this motherfucker up.
I'm definitely concerned about what's going on in Ipsy. And I'll say this, and you can quote me on this, because I have hopes that things will be different with Eli and Victoria. I have hopes on that. Okay. To be clear on that. However, I feel if Shatina Gradiel was beaten in Ann Arbor or Dexter, there would not only not be charges against her, there would have been a fucking public apology. To be a Black woman in Ipsy who didn't do anything wrong and to face criminal prosecution is disgusting. And I don't understand why we can't all work together to right that wrong. And if you don't think it's wrong, well, that's a whole fucking other conversation, okay?
That whole
now,
video.
if you don't have, I mean, if you didn't see the video, how the fuck is that woman being charged?
Right.
She was almost fucking killed, and her husband's fucking tased.
That's crazy.
Where the fuck is everyone working together on that issue right now?
It's like crickets out here, bro.
You know, get the fuck out. That's bullshit.
Yeah. And
You
I'm
know,
serious. That case, once again, all you powerful ass politicians that got rubbing elbow rooms with people, y'all got your pockets lined with these people. Y'all need to make that case go away because it's putting a scar, a bad scar.
Well, here's the question. If it goes to trial and she is convicted after she was beaten, what's going to be the reaction, Ipsy, to that? What's going to happen? Are we going to have a second Rodney King situation? Is it going to be worse than that? Because we got, you know, when the Rodney King thing happened, we didn't have the internet back then.
No.
Okay. We had some guy in a tree filming it. We got this shit on YouTube. And I hear people that are screaming, that's what you get for biting a cop. By the way, there's no video of her biting a cop. There is video of a cop hitting her 3 times, a 260-pound man, hitting her in the face 3 times.
And he had other ways of controlling anybody. He had all types of.
Why was she arrested in the first place?
Period.
Why was she arrested? Tell me that, because I mean, this is one of the questions that came up at the prelim. What the fuck was Shatina arrested for? How are you resisting arrest when you basically told your daughter not to let anybody in without a warrant? She never stood in her way. She never touched the cops, but yet here she is.
Yeah, that video was damning, man. It was damning.
And the AG?
Yeah.
The AG brings charges on this?
Yeah. Yeah, Dana needed to. Are
you fucking kidding me?
Dana needed to rethink that, definitely. And when that press conference happened, when Jerry held that press conference, I mean, that was a sack of shit trying to explain some bullshit and knowing he got dirty on his hands big times.
Well,
you know, that's not right.
Well, Sheriff Clayton, if this does get the trial, don't worry, you'll be on the stand, buddy.
Yeah, that's not right, though.
Your press conference, when you said there were no exigent circumstances, you put that out for the world to see, which means the cops did need a warrant to get in. So Shatina actually gave valid advice to her daughter per Clayton's press conference. But here we are. Here we are. And nobody gives a fuck about working together. Don't give me that shit that you care about the Gradiels. Where the fuck is the unity in the community to fix this?
Right.
Don't question me, because let me tell you something. I'm busting my ass on that fucking case. Go ask Shatina and Dan what they think of me and how much I care for their family.
For fucking free.
You're going to come at me and say I'm a white savior? Are you fucking kidding me? Jesus.
Man,
I
is that video still available for the public?
it was on Zoom, and I will see if I can find it for you.
Yeah, because I know some people want to see it. I know some of the viewers want to see that video
You
again.
know,
And
but
yeah, because that right there, that I know I came. Yeah, I my blood pressure was up like a motherfucker when I seen Jerry Clayton talking about that whole situation. I got on Zoom. I did a show about that, and I was pissed. I didn't like that.
I
And then
understand.
for the silence of the community, though, that's what I'm shocked on. Come on now. Now that case was one of the main ones that drove all the protests in Washtenaw County.
Well, yeah, I mean, let's face it, that case made a big difference in the election.
Yeah.
Huge difference in the election. I hope Eli and Victoria turn things around in Washtenaw, but I can tell you the Grady L family feels betrayed right now. I think they thought if Eli got in, he would reach out to them and try to help. We could say it's Dana Nestle's case all we want.
He can't
It's your
say,
house.
hey, he can't say he wasn't out there because I got videotape of his ass on the mic, everything. He can't say he was not out there.
Well, when he was out there, I believed what he was saying. But I will tell you right now, these people have been living in hell. I hope Eli and Victoria work together. Let's all work as a team to fix the wrong that happened to the Grady L's. I've emailed, I've called, nobody's getting back to me. And this family does not deserve to be going through what they're going through. And forgive my arrogance, but if Trovius and I weren't on the case, it would not be a fight. They would get fucked over if they had lousy lawyers on this case. So,
wow.
We're going to fit. You look at prison time for a woman that was beaten and a man that was tased in Ipsy. Wow.
And they giving out people who killing motherfuckers PRs, and then they're giving probation.
Well, as a defense lawyer, I'm always for the best deal or winning at trial.
Yeah, I know. I look at y'all expressions when y'all get them gravy train cases. Like, oh man.
Well, the EMU cases, that's a conversation we're gonna have a lot of talks about because
we need to do a segment on that because I want to explore the whole situation and honest to God, because my granddaughter wanted to go to EMU. I ain't gonna lie. And this is a full disclaimer on my life. Any one of you old predator motherfuckers fuck with my granddaughter, it's gonna be a cleared situation up there at EMU. It's gonna be a lot of cleared situations up there. We ain't gonna be talking about no damn court. We're not gonna be talking about if the prosecutor did right or wrong. We gonna make it right. That's on my mama.
I'll tell you this: if something happens to the EMU with your granddaughter, I will defend you pro bono.
Bro, I'm telling you now, putting my disclaimer. And if we at Ellie's court, Ellie, you better seek the death penalty for my motherfucking ass. I ain't bullshitting because I'm up under the stress that I don't think you'll do shit to the motherfucker, because a lot of these people has been calling my phone, crying to me, telling me their stories about their babies being hurt by people being let out on bond. And what I don't get is he keep on pushing this policy like it's really changing some shit. And what he's doing, he's damaging law enforcement's morals and they morale. They don't have it no more. It's like, fuck, if I catch these motherfuckers, they gonna get out anyway. I mean, cops is calling. Like, dude, we can't protect nobody.
The policy, from what I understand, was put in place so that the indigent did not have to stay in jail when they were accused of a crime. As a defense lawyer, I understand that policy. What's your feeling on as a community activist?
If somebody gets out, they get out of jail after a crime that they should have been locked up, and even the judge, I would do a lot of court watching. The judge say, damn, if it was my case back in the day, literally, he wouldn't even got no damn bond. And I'm talking about Simpson. I'm talking about the certain ones that I've seen that's like just baffled about the person's bond after the crime. And then they go out and commit another crime and putting more people in danger in the community. And I'm saying for myself, for a guy who's been in prison for somebody else's drugs.
Yep.
I don't have no sympathy for a motherfucker committing crimes in my community. What I'm supposed to say, yeah, power to him because we grew up together? No, partner. No, dog. Because we got some innocent people that need to be protected. And if you out here working against the grain, your ass need to be smoked too. So if y'all out here still committing these crimes, shooting like damn fools, these young fellas, what y'all doing, let me explain real quick. What y'all doing, y'all thinking just because y'all getting out on these PR bonds, y'all thinking because y'all getting these reduced charges, y'all thinking that y'all won't get charged federally eventually.
And I'll say this, when it comes to federal prosecutions, I do some federal work. A federal prosecution, understand that the feds, they take their time on shit. Okay. They mount that evidence over and over again. It's much harder to maneuver in the federal courts just because they waited so long. They have their shit together when they file a complaint. You know, feds are no joke. We see a lot of times in states and all counties that they'll rush to judgment. But, you know, I don't feel people should be prosecuted without evidence. I also feel if you got the evidence, prosecute them to the fullest extent of the law. You know, we're not seeing that all the time right now. We're like in a real selective type situation across the state of Michigan. It doesn't make sense to me. I have people with no evidence on them, contradictory stories, and they get offered like probation. And the kid's like, well, shouldn't plead to anything, but do I want to risk going to prison? And then you have other people that seem to just skate by the system. It's not a one size fits all proposition. But I mean, clearly there need to be some changes. I hope that it's somebody, I don't know, you tell me if I'm dreaming. I hope we can all work together as a team. Is that going to be possible, or are we always going to be picking sides?
I'm always ready to kick some ass, but all this old bullshit, all this old talking about, you know, I don't go through this. If I say something, I'm gonna mean it.
Sure.
I'm not gonna sit there and go behind somebody's back and talk about how they a thug and shit like that. You should slap yourself for even having a podcast about calling me a thug. You know, for real, because you should know better. You should know better, because if I reveal the shit that I know about you and your history, you would swallow your tongue. And I know I done saved more motherfuckers out there in the streets from going to prison, getting arrested, and I'm such a thug. I know my power in the streets and in the penitentiary just by a note. So get that shit right. And see, when you talk about somebody, all those people that been bumping their gums, I can name the names. Y'all know y'all been talking who y'all misspoke about me. Y'all know that wrath coming back on me. And I'm silent. But y'all know I don't have to speak. I don't have to raise my hand. Y'all already know what's happening. And that's a full disclaimer, because you came at me sideways, incorrect. All this political shit. When we growing up in the streets, that wasn't no bullshit you would have pulled on me in the streets. Then you would have really called me a thug. But see, we're supposed to be kicking ass together. See, they missed the whole fucking script.
There was a conversation you and I had, and I can't say it on the air, but I will tell you, and I'll ask you not to say it at this point, maybe another show, but there have been certain people that have asked, why am I friends with you? And that question kind of threw me off, because, you know, when I got involved with the Grady L case, I was told the community leaders were as follows: Nate Frazier, Trisha Duckworth, Tyrone Bridges, and they were the big three voices, if you will, in the Ypsilanti community. Okay, so I figured, let me be cool with all of them, because I want to learn about Ypsilanti. I want to help the case. Me and Nate are still cool. Me and Trisha are not. Me and you've always been okay. I don't understand, like, if we're talking about powerful voices in Ypsilanti, there needs to be unification. from day one, if we're going at each other, we're not going to accomplish a lot. We're going to be taking each other down. And the one thing I'll say about you, which I'm still getting to know you, but I will say you've always been really raw on your shows. I mean, me and you, we're going to disagree over the years. There's no question about that. There's going to be things we're not going to agree about.
Of course.
But
Definitely.
I think we could scream at each other and debate at each other and still be cool afterwards and try to understand each other's position. What I'm seeing a lot right now is if you don't understand somebody else's position or don't adhere to it, it's like I'm your enemy. When the reality is, we want to help the youth in Ipsy. And by the way, me and Matt were talking about this. We got a lot of plans. I mean, there should not be kids going without coats in the winter. There should not be single mothers that are not being able to feed their children. There's a lot of things we want to give back to the community. But, I'll tell you, when you give something back to the community, then you get called a white savior for it. That kind of pisses you off.
Man,
You know,
like I said, man.
and don't
See, you can tell, just like somebody said, the leaders of the community, you can tell by their resume. You can tell by their resume. You can check mine since 1993. 1993. That's how far mine go back. And I'll match mine up on any of the names that you just mentioned, not for testosterone or muscle. And that's facts. But a lot of these recent voicers then came out here and made it seem like don't nobody know what the hell they talking about. They need to be checked with the right education, the right history lesson. Just like Lee Tewson, you don't call Lee Tewson a detriment to the community, and you somebody who are on the same, level of civil rights or civil action, you disrespected Lee Tewson out of everybody and out of anybody. You can say what you want about me, but send one of the motherfuckers at me and we can see some shit happen real live. Like I said, they can talk. It's Facebook shit, all this damn this, that, the other. See, I don't talk. And I'm coming loud if I have to. But like I said, I told them, don't come at me if you don't want to be came back at.
I don't understand why there should be division at all. We need to work. We need to work together to improve Washtenaw County.
And I've been doing it for years. I've been doing it without their voices. I'm gonna still do it without their voices. If they don't want to join to do something properly, I'm gonna still get it in. But all this conspiracy to try to set me up and all that other stuff, I got some other plans for them.
What
bothered for those who don't like me, you know what? There's been a lot of motherfuckers over the years that couldn't stand me, can't stand me. I got baby mamas that can't stand me. Get on the fucking bandwagon. But you come at me, and none of them ever did. They know I'm serious. Because like I told you before, and I told everybody in the public, I get homesick sometimes. I be wanting to see my mama and my daddy, and they both dead. Go figure. So y'all come the right way, it won't be no problems. Period. We can help everybody.
And that should be the agenda.
That's going to be the agenda. That's been my agenda.
We're in. And I will tell you this. It bothers me when I hear people say, well, you live in Ann Arbor and this and that. Now, let me tell you something. I grew up in the ghetto of Atlantic City. I was the only white kid in my neighborhood. I've been shot. I've been stabbed. I've been beaten. I was almost raped. You don't know my fucking story. Just because you Google me and you see I'm involved in a big case, I'm making big money. You don't know what the fuck it took to get to that point. And when I saw Shatina being beaten and Dan tased, it brought me back to my youth. And I said, I got to do something. That's what I fucking said.
And you jumped out quicker than any other lawyers around here talking about what they'll do.
And you would be very surprised how many quote unquote other big time lawyers told me, my nickname is BB, stay the fuck away from this. She'll be fine.
We gonna make some noise though, for real, because I don't think that the attorney general should be even pushing this case forward. This case should have went away.
Should have went away.
It should have went away.
Should have
And
went
then
away.
at the same time, maybe the prosecutor might not have influence, but he does have some type of influence. And
Well,
and he could actually help that go away.
I think if the prosecutor's office, the sheriff's department, the AG all work together and look at this case objectively, we can make some good things happen. But I think if it goes to trial, which I'll be perfectly ready if it does, that nobody's going to win in that situation. You know, this family shouldn't have to go through that.
Well,
And-
we need it. We're covered. We're covered
Yeah.
because, like I said, everything has been in the news. It's selectively put out there. We're covered.
Right.
We're covered.
Yeah, and
some
you know what?
unfair stories, all of it.
You know what's bullshit? You brought up a great point. M Live. You know what? There's people that can't afford to pay for those clicks. You're taking access away from people. You're making money in your advertising. So now think about this. Certain people are going to be able, based on social economics, to afford to read a story and have information that people based on lower income cannot afford to have.
Shame on you, M Live. You already
And
know
this
what
is,
you're
I
doing.
mean, so now the people that are going to talk shit are going to be the ones that have more money and they're going to slant the news. And this
So,
is how
hey-
this Facebook shit gets fucking twisted.
Right. So if you got a Tesla, you can get all the news on M Live because you're gonna pay for this subscription. But if you growing up in a low income area, you're gonna be shit out of luck on news unless you catch it on I Thought You Knew or with Bill.
We
Look
should
here.
not be prosecuting or giving information to people based upon their social economic position. Everybody has a voice. Everybody needs to be fucking heard. And I'm saying, as a kid that may have money today but was fucking poor, I know what both sides are like. I get it, man. I understand, and it pisses me the fuck off. So when I get called certain things, that pisses me off. I'll be real with you.
I can feel
Question my integrity? Are you fucking kidding
it.
me?
Yeah. And that's
That's
even goes. I feel you because even somebody would even have the nerve to ask you, "Are you cool with him? Like really? Like I'm the plague?
Yeah,
Come
I know.
on,
That bothered me.
come on, slap yourself."
And I will tell you this right now, and I said to the office, and I'll say it right now. Your voice needs to be heard, needs to be heard on a broader scale. We will get you the office. We will buy you the equipment. We will market you because you're a powerful voice that needs to be fucking heard. Even if we don't agree on every fucking issue, I'm not going to say, okay, well, Tyrone didn't agree with me on that. I'm not saying I want you to be my fucking cheerleader. Because let me tell you, I know you are not a fan of Eli and Victoria. True or false?
Definitely true. I'm not a
Okay.
fan. I mean, the thing
And-
of it is, the crazy thing of it is you the fucking prosecutor, dude. You came through my channel to get through your position. Whether you did it hook or crook, I don't give a damn. If I'm over here mad, pissed off at you, at least you should have been to pick up the phone and say, look here, let's have a real conversation. Put it on the floor and do
Now-
something about it.
I knew Victoria when she was a defense lawyer in Detroit, and I respected her there. I didn't know Eli, but I believed in some of the marches he was in. So I'm hoping, knock on wood, we can work together. But if we can't, we can't. I'll just say
And I
it
just
like
want to
that.
put out a disclaimer to all y'all big people in big places. I'm one of them Southside niggas. I don't do fear. I did fear when I went to prison for somebody else's dope, and I didn't snitch. So stop thinking that you're going to put fear in me. Period. So you can ask who are cool with me until your mouth runs dry. I don't have fear in this bone. I fear God only. And watch what God do to you when you sitting up there making those inquisitive moves. One day, your dirty laundry gonna be aired. And all I can say, I'm gonna laugh my ass with popcorn watching that shit happen on live TV. So dude or sis, back the fuck off. I'm giving you that warning.
It's always dangerous when somebody lies about you, but you got the truth on them. Dangerous shit.
Sure do. Sure do.
So, and I know
Lies.
there's things things you've alluded to already that
I'm just being honest. I've always been an honest person with this honest information. Everybody like, damn, well, let me start following his show. He telling it point by point. I'm not going to bring nothing unless I have it fact checked. And everybody that knows me or those who think they know me, y'all should slap yourself because y'all ain't know me when I went to Perry School. You don't know me. And yes, I grew up on the South Side. And yes, I grew up with blood in my veins. But y'all don't understand. If I know some information that came from where it came from, I'm going to reveal it. And if you don't like it, stay the fuck away from me like you've been doing. Keep that same damn energy. But if I find some shit out, I'm going to tell it. Bottom line, it doesn't benefit me one way or another, but the public needs to know that you're being bamboozled. And that's why I even started the show, because the public needs to know. That's why it's called I Thought You Knew. I thought you knew a lot of this bullshit going on, y'all. Washtenaw County, y'all don't know the half of it. And I don't even have a show long enough to spill all the beans. This ain't gossip, this facts. You got some dirty hand people in that Washtenaw County Sheriff Department. In that doggone prosecutor's office. If y'all still like what's going on, wait till y'all see what's happening in the next few months.
we definitely need to get you on a bigger stage. Because I want people, not just Nipsey, to hear about you. All throughout Washtenaw County, they need to hear. Because the Dexter and the Ann Arbor people need to hear some shit too. You know, and they need to hear stuff other than what M Live has to say. You know what I mean?
They ain't saying nothing. That's the serious part.
Yeah, I got so many reporters contact me about certain cases, and I tell them, I always say to a reporter this, I'll give you access, but I just want you to be objective. Don't convict my fucking kid in the media before I get the trial. Report both sides.
And that's what I'm willing to do. I'm willing to report both sides, fair and balanced, the good with the ugly with the good. Like I said, there's been some cases where my friends have they kids in the middle of it. They don't know that I know the whole full gospel.
Right.
But now my friends don't look at me the same. Well, wait a minute. I know the real deal. It was it was real. It was serious. So I'm saying, I'm not going to come out with the story unless I check both sides. So y'all people, when y'all little anger spurts and y'all like, oh, you saying this, you saying, I got the facts. So for those who know me and for those who heard my little facts, y'all know I'm down with mine. And I'm not going to lie on nobody because I don't like to be lied on. But for those who sit up there calling you what they call you, oh my God, man. All I can say is this. She been milking you for so long. And it's sad the way she left it, the taste in your mouth. But that taste is gonna be better on the other side watching that shit, man, because you don't need no fake friends. You don't need no fake friends, man. Not bullshit like that. And I got white friends all up and down. I got a white friend got a key to my house. I can leave a long time and he can stay in my house as long as he wants. White friend. I don't believe in that racism shit.
I always say, if you got a problem with me, let's talk one-on-one. That's it. You know, let's talk one-on-one. No problem. I don't think I should have been ambushed on a fucking Zoom call when I was trying to do a good deed by giving them an update on the case. I thought when she hit me up that night, we were going to do a plan for like a new rally for the Grady L's or something like that. Instead, it was just a full-blown attack on me. And the Grady L's were there. Trovia Star heard it. Everybody was, you know, I don't know where it came from. I mean, I have my suspicions, and that's a topic for another time, I'm sure.
Right.
With that being said, work together or don't, your call. We're going to be fine either way.
That's right.
But, you know, I do think there's always power in numbers. I think there's power in unity. I think this case needs to be dismissed. I think there's a lot of people that are wrongfully charged. I also feel there's people that are getting off too easy. Everything is very subjective. Obviously, if I take a case, I have an agenda, you know, but I I want to see more fairness across the state of Michigan.
And my
And-
question to you, just to even get on this topic though, who would want to report you to the ethics board because you're fighting hard for your damn client?
Well,
That's crazy.
I have been threatened with that.
That's sad.
You know, all I could say is this. I'm not going to back down in anything. And if somebody wants to come at me, so be it. That's a type of threat. You just don't go there. To actually threaten, that's kind of fucked up. Because I'll tell you what, when I'm in court, if it's going to be a war, it's going to be a fucking war. But I'm not ever going to be someone to run the teacher. I mean, that's a bad look.
That's sad.
And if a prosecutor hypothetically was going to go to the ethics board on a defense lawyer, boy, you want to talk about putting a mark on yourself. Are you saying the defense lawyer is fighting too hard? That's a bad fucking look right there. And
Yeah.
I'm going to assume it was just one of those things. Nothing ever came of it. But yeah, there were witnesses that heard that and they were just like, whoa. You know, I do think with my voice, there's a lot of people that want me to shut the fuck up. And if you know me at all, that's not going to fucking happen.
Mm-mm.
I'm not going to shut up. As far as some of my big time cases and all that, let me tell you something. When you're a defense lawyer, you have someone's fucking freedom on the line. If you don't play 110%, you shouldn't be a fucking defense lawyer.
Period.
And I'm seeing way too many defense lawyers just rolling the fuck over. You know what? If you don't want to give me a deal, fine, I'll see you at fucking trial. It's really that simple.
Period.
It's that simple. But
Fighting for your client.
remember this, though, and this is every county. A prosecutor's job is not to get a conviction. A prosecutor's job is to protect the community.
Right.
And if the prosecutor got it wrong, they should dismiss the fucking case. Dana Nessel, if you are one of your people's watching, you got it the fuck wrong on the Grady L's. Do the
They know
right
they
thing.
did. They know they did.
You fucking kidding me?
They know they did. They definitely did. And well, all I can say is I really appreciate you, man, coming on Clearing the Air. And I look forward, man, to kicking more ass and taking more names, man, because I think we do need more voices in Washtenaw County, somebody who's gonna really stand up and be heard. And see, I ain't in it for no money because like I said, I got my own lab. And I told you, when you said you wanted to work with me, man, I said, hey, I told you, I'm gonna come around, man. I don't mind. Me and you ain't never had no bad words or no nothing. You know, we might have had disagreements here, disagreements there, but I ain't gave a fuck. We still remain friends. You know, you ain't throw me under the bus or call me no criminal and this, that, and the other. And just for the humanity, you know, what the fuck? How do you even feel as a man going online talking about somebody a criminal? And you got bones in your closet too, big bones.
You know,
So I don't get it. You can't sit there and be out there for the mission and destroying somebody else or trying to destroy somebody else who got weapons too. So that ain't gonna happen. So y'all need to rethink your strategy. We definitely got to come together in this community. We want Washtenaw County better.
And we will
Washtenaw
figure
County,
out
yeah.
time that you and I will do a weekly show. We'll coordinate schedules. And what we need help with the equipment. I told you, get us
No
some
problem.
stuff, you know, tell us what you think.
No problem.
We'll
And I
set
don't
that up.
mind, like I said, I don't mind helping, man. That's just what I'm about. I'll help. I'll be the biggest voice out there, but I ain't gonna be lied on or lied to or even try to set up. You can't do that. We're not gonna work that way. People, we can't do that. That don't work.
I may be a criminal lawyer first. I'm a Washtenaw County resident second, and I care about this community. If you don't like me, that's okay. You're entitled to it. My aunt always told me, my aunt raised me, right? My mom had me real young, and my mom was like my big sister. And my aunt was like my mother. May they both rest in peace. Both died too young.
Sorry to hear that, bro.
Sorry for nothing. You know, you get it. I mean, you know, you're the parents. But I will tell you this. Aunt Mary always said to me, I'd be upset this person didn't like you, that person. Like, she goes, Billy, not everybody likes God. Don't fucking worry about it. You're good. And you know what? That was a powerful statement.
Mm-hmm.
Aunt Mary was right.
Right.
You know? So I am not your grandfather's criminal lawyer. I'm outside the box. If that's going to rub people the wrong way, be rubbed. I don't care. I got to fight. And this case with the Grady L's, which is the focus tonight, is personal. It's beyond personal.
Yeah.
You know,
we,
and it's
we
wrong.
definitely can get that video for us, man.
Yeah. And
I mean, because I really want the public, because I know the public really want to see that again. You know, they really want to see that and really get an understanding of the battle that you're going. The public definitely should step forward. For those who are silent listeners and who have some influence, write some letters, make some phone calls, buy Dana a beer. You know, shit. I don't know, buy her a blunt if she smoke weed. I'm just saying. I mean, holla at her. Holla at Dana. Come on, sis. Make this shit go away, because that's a bad scar.
It is.
You know, it do. I mean, it's a bad do. It's a bad do. Seriously.
Right. I feel you.
And we as the public, if we ain't gonna stand up for something, we're gonna fall for any fucking thing.
Right.
Our county is going to hell. It was a shooting the other day, and I put it on Facebook. It was a shooting that happened. It was a commissioner's grandson got shot.
Told me about that. Jeez.
And I put that out there. Somebody put the name of the commissioner on the Facebook page, so the public knows. And so, like I said, all these shootings and ain't nobody really protesting and ain't nobody out there rallying.
I'll say this. I'm really confused by that, because I didn't even know about the tragedy until you brought it to my attention. That should be news, man. That should be out there. And you know what? The more attention that's brought to it, the odds are of making the community safer. But people are getting shot. We're just rolling over, not even making a blimp on Google. I mean, let me tell you, if you're out there doing it, yeah, you don't really feel any fear right now to do some tragedies. You just don't.
The other day, it was like what, 15 shootings. I'm sitting up there counting the numbers of shootings. I'm like, wow, 1, 2, too many. It was way before what, 1989. Oh, this off the chain. This off the chain right here, y'all. We ain't had them many shootings back then. And that's when Brian Mackey was in office. He was locking them up in the hell in the handbasket.
Oh. We need to work together. Hopefully.
We got to. I'm ready for it. So set the platform. And
Yep.
Ellie, I know you hate me, and I don't hate you. I don't hate nobody. I just don't like your ass. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not gonna fucking lie. I'm not your friend. I don't care nobody's mail lunchbox, no none of that. What you doing to our county, you fucking our county up. Flat out. And what you doing, you might think is good to your little people, your little hippie people that you grew up with and did your shit back in the days. It ain't cool. It ain't cool. And you ripping the voice away from the voice, the people who got voices. These mothers out here pissed off. They babies are being fucked over. You know, we can hate each other at the end of the day, but you the prosecutor of this county, man. For real. Victoria, I don't even know you. I've been told not to trust you. Bottom line. I mean, I'm being real. It's like you ask anybody about me, I'm gonna be real, but I don't think it's working what y'all doing. And I put that on God. Y'all asking the wrong people.
I always respected Victoria's defense lawyer, and I really did believe in everything Ellie stood for during those protests. And I'm hoping we could get that energy back and make this community better. I understand your position, and right now, there's things I don't like, but I'm hoping if he's the elected official, that he'll have an open mind on things. And I will say, we've had our ups and downs. I really don't know the guy, the way people, I mean, you know, he ran for office. That was my first encounter with him. I will say that the Grady L family is really hurt that the prosecutor's office has not tried to help advocate with the attorney general on this.
And he's supposed to, man. You was out there riding on their coattail to get your ass in office. You supposed to advocate for him.
They definitely believed that he would try to help them when he ran for office, and they don't feel he has right now. And I understand it's the AG's case, but Eli, I hope you and I can be cool. I really feel the Grady L's, you could make their life a lot easier right now, and I hope you step up and try to help these people, because they sure as hell helped you during the election.
Well, Grady L's, I'm apologizing for his bitch ass on my behalf, because his ass wrong. He wrong. I ain't gonna lie. I got him on video out there on the mic every time somebody wanting to say something about y'all, and he there on the mic. But for real, it's real. You don't sit there and ride the coattail of somebody's tragedy and you get in office and you turn your back. I mean, that's real. That's some bullshit. Flat out. You don't like what I said? So what? It's real. That's like if you go in and commit a crime, you and your partner, and you snitch on your partner, but you was right there with him. Come on, partner. Come on, that's some bitch shit right there, man. For real, I ain't gonna lie. You supposed to stick with this family. Just because you the prosecutor, you ain't supposed to, make it go away, but you're supposed to speak up on their behalf and encourage it. You doing it to your homies and your friends and people who done paid for your campaign. I already know you're doing. I just got to get the paperwork. That's it. And I don't want to take it on and mess up Bill appeal. I'm gonna help appeal for him, but I might say some fucked up shit. Hold it against me. Don't hold it against them or Bill. I'm just being real with it. Y'all supposed to stick by this family. I'm
hoping that we can work together, but I promise you one thing. Bill's gonna be okay either way, Tyrone.
My man. And at the end of the day, I'm gonna be all right too. I'm gonna sleep very well. I'm gonna sleep the same way I did last night.
And I promise you this, if it goes to trial, and we already had one day of the prelims, you could ask your team, you could ask Stan, I care about this family. I love this family. I'm going to fight to the death for this family, but it shouldn't come to that.
Man, you ain't got to prove when a lawyer can take a case like this or this magnitude for free. I mean, you ain't even got to explain the damn thing.
Yeah.
Hell on somebody if they're going to sit there and call you out or call you them type of names or insinuate that type of bullshit.
White saviorism.
That's some fuckery, man. So I guess he reached out to Mandingo black man Tyrone, right? Just for real? Really? Come on now. He ain't nowhere near no racist. Stop it. I don't believe that.
If Trichet or Pastor Robinson ever want to join us, we could have an open debate about it.
Come on, for real. I mean, come on. We got to talk real. If you get to talking bullshit, I'm gonna mute my damn self. I ain't gonna talk. Because we got to talk or have an honest conversation, because I don't know her from a can of paint, but the stuff that's been going on and what I've been seeing is like, wow, like really? And like you've been out here for all these years. Like I said, try 1993. Y'all do y'all math. I've been out on these streets since 1993 kicking ass. So y'all ain't been out here back in them days. Y'all have no idea what was going on. So that's why y'all don't know how to respect civil rights leaders. Y'all don't. And that's a
not easy being the civil rights leader. You get a lot of shit.
Got a lot of shit. Get a lot of shit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and then you get these newbies that come in the area and think they know it all. Come on. Half of us in Ipsy is cousins. So I'm gonna put that disclaimer out there for you anyway. Miss Trichet, most of us are related. Seriously.
I hear you.
For real. And I'm just saying, you gonna say my cousin? No. You should check our family tree. Yeah. So forgive me for taking this show that way, but I'm just saying. No, ain't no. Hey. No, you got some real peoples on your team, bro.
Hi, it's your show. Okay.
We in this conversation, but I just wanted to make it air clear.
You can take the show wherever you want.
You know.
I can't endorse everything you're saying right now.
It's all right.
But I respect everything that comes out of your mouth. Let me be clear about that.
I'm just being honest, y'all. Forgive me for being honest, and
But
I'm gonna wrap it up right here because I think that my evening routine is calling me because I just wanted to get this air cleared.
Yep.
And I wanted Bill to have the floor and speak. It's gonna be more of this coming, y'all.
there is. So,
Bill, I appreciate it. Tell Matt, let's get it.
yep. He's
Let's
ready.
do it, man. And
All right.
once again, we inviting anybody that want to come on and do a co-show. Let's come on.
Yeah,
Zoom can host
absolutely.
over what, 50 or more people. Let's have some real conversations, y'all, for real.
Let's do it. I'm
I
down.
want to argue. We ain't gonna do all this arguing. We just gonna push the button and click you off. But we gonna talk. Let's see what we can do for it. I'll match anybody a project within the next 30 days for Washtenaw County youth. That started off like that.
Let's do it.
I'll match anybody with a project because I got one right now. And I'm gonna share it with Bill and I'm gonna make sure that we bring it on the air.
And Shatina just texted me. She's trying to comment on the live and she can't. So I don't know what.
I don't know if she's on my Facebook, but tell her, matter of fact, can she comment on yours? What she want to say?
Let's see.
I would love to bring her in. You want to send her a Zoom?
Sure.
Yeah, let's bring her in. You got an email for her?
Yep. Hang on. Let me text it to you.
Cool. I'll definitely send her an invite. We still on, y'all, so bear with us. We doing a little show modification in midstream.
Hold on. I just texted her email.
All right, thank you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna send this invite to her. Put my glasses on because I'm old, I can't see. Okay. It should let me invite. It should let me invite on air. Okay. I'm trying to see, but it's not, seems like the email is not coming up. But I'll tell you what, I'll do it this way. I can copy the link. I'm learning how to work this Zoom like I
feel you, man. I feel you.
Forgive me here. Yeah, we trying to bring her in. Y'all bear with us here. We trying to do it. I'm gonna go external and send her a link. And that's what I'll do real quick. Yeah, I think healthy conversations like this, man, need to happen all the time. We got to keep up, keep up with the things in the community, and hopefully we can develop some type of allies to work together. Oh man.
She get the link or not?
No, I gotta copy the link. I gotta copy the text of the link. It'll be a second. Oh goodness. Copy invite. Let's see if it works now. I sure enough am slow with this computer stuff right now. Yeah, I can't even paste this link. Copy. Um, all right, I'm typing in the body of the email.
Hang tight, guys. We're trying to get Shatine on.
Can you send her a copy of your invite?
Yeah, let me see if I can do that. That might work. I didn't think about that.
Because I sure enough, I'm
Let's see if this works.
yeah, you send her a copy of yours. We pretty sure she can slide in.
Just send her the link. Let's see if that works.
Okay, cool. We'll see in a second. I'm pretty sure she'd be popping in. But everybody, we just bear with us. We got another guest coming in. And we tried to make this show short, but you know how I get long-winded. You know, I'm long-winded at podcast show. Try not to be, but it happens. No, it won't let me come. It won't let me get in. Won't let me send no more invites out. I should have said open to the public.
Should we log off and log back on, maybe?
We could probably definitely do that for sure. Because I got her email. Just let her know we're gonna do that. We'll log on,
Okay.
log back off.
All right. Gonna log out.
Okay.
Come back on in a minute.
All right, we coming right back, y'all. Stay tuned.
Be right back.